Okay, by my count, we have 28 hours and 11 minutes until the new episode of Hot Ones arrives. I am so excited. Ah, man. I'm just like, we have those times in our lives where we're just, like, counting down, like, the days or the hours until something big that you're waiting for happens. And this is one of those times for me. Oh, this is going to be a good Thursday. But it's not Thursday yet. Today is Wednesday. And when it's Wednesday, that means it's hump day. And when it's hump day, that means it's awesome! Yes, it is hump day. I am so happy. And yeah. Let's see. Tomorrow's video, again, is going to be a little bit more, somber because of a certain subject matter I alluded to the other day. But, I feel like I should, bring it up tomorrow as well, just because, both events that you probably remember me talking about happened. Well, technically they happened 4 years and 6 days apart, but in terms of the actual date, they're pretty close together. So, I thought about doing it on the 17th, because it'd be right in the middle. But then I thought, nah, that'd be a little, I think it would sort of undermine the seriousness of what I was trying to convey. Not to mention, the 17th would have been a Monday, and Monday is already kind of enough of a drag as it is. So, yeah, that really wouldn't be the smart idea. It's actually funny how I sort of talk about this now, because today would be, I'm pretty sure, actually, yeah, it is. Today is the day that Trinity-Pawling students actually go home for winter break. Yeah, it happens. Well, not now. Well, it's not happening right now, because it's not even 7:00 in the morning. What parent is gonna drive all the way to Trinity-Pawling and pick them up this early? I have to get up at if it was my parents, I have to get up at 2. But in all seriousness, to any Trinity-Pawling students who may be watching this, I hope you guys get home safe, and I hope you have, as the Blockbuster Buster would say, and keep in mind I am about to curse here, so fair warning, be sure to have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a kick-ass Kwanzaa, and a Festivus for the rest of us. When I talked about what I talked about this past Friday, I mentioned that I was so incredibly busy doing, the fall production of Black Comedy and cross country and getting ready for wrestling as well, and getting all my schoolwork done, that, again, I was so busy I completely forgot what my objective was. And in all seriousness, I really wasn't kidding about that. Let me put this into a perspective for you. I am foremost an early bird. I get up back when I was at Trinity-Pawling, I'd get up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, so I would shower, gotta make sure I have all the hot water, shower, get all my clothes on, get back to bed. And so when it'd be almost time for morning chapel, I would just immediately get up out of bed, quickly make my bed, and head over to the chapel. And since I lived in Dunbar dormitory, it really was not that far of a walk, which made things very convenient for me. So you do that enough, eventually you are going to build a sort of, tiredness. Because, and I will admit, there were times I did legitimately sleep in class. But let's just say, for the most part, that one class was functional analysis and trigonometry. And if any of you guys were in that class with me, let's just say we're very lucky. There were days where we did not talk about any kind of math at all. Yeah, that was actually really, that was a really fun class. It was. Like, seriously, and keep in mind, this is around the time when, like, Barack Obama was about to become president. We literally spent an entire day in class, like, talking over, like, the politics of the election. I'm not even kidding. Here's another story we talked about in that class, is that, our teacher actually got his name legally changed when he was a boy in exchange for jerky. Take that what you will. In fact, my functional analysis and trigonometry teacher, who is actually also the ski coach at Trinity-Pawling as well, at least back when I was there. I don't know if he's still there now, but he was the ski coach at Trinity-Pawling, and he actually met Jay-Z before he knew who Jay-Z was. Okay, now I really am getting sidetracked. I was about to say how busy I was. I was actually so busy that it was on this day where we go home for, winter break. My mom drove up. She got here to see, and since it was a Wednesday, Wednesdays are half days, so we left it around a little bit before noon, roughly. I think it was. Anyway, and I mentioned that I am an early bird. I always have like a lot of energy going through me or whatever. And it's very rare that I feel so exhausted that I resort to take a nap. Not that I don't take naps at all. I mean, I did. But for the most part, the only time I legitimately ever stopped to take a nap was, on bus rides to going home from athletic events or car rides back home to the Big Flats. And so my mom picks me up. We stop at this one place to get gas, and then we immediately head home. And I put my seat back, expecting that I'm going to be out for about an hour at the very most. Because if I take a nap, I usually nap for 15, 20 minutes. Not really that long at all. So I lay my seat back. I swear I blink, and we were already back in Binghamton, New York. That means I fell asleep for 2.5 hours. Although, it was actually it was weird and kind of awesome at the same time. It was weird because, I never do that. But it was awesome because, yay, we're almost home. See, it's Binghamton, New York. Any Horseheads alumni watching this know how far Binghamton is from Horseheads. I mean, it's still a relatively long way, but at least you're close to home. And at least, I know my way from Binghamton to Horseheads, and actually I'm sure a lot of Horseheads alumni do as well. Although, whenever I would drive around that area, I actually always did admire, what the area looked like. I mean, you have, Johnson City High School on top of that giant hill. If you look to the side of the road, eventually you'll see Binghamton High School's football stadium. Also, if you're by the Vestal Union Endicott area, you see Union Endicott's football field. That was actually, I'll tell you what though, it always bothered us that we always lost to Union Endicott in football, but their stadium was absolutely gorgeous. They built their bleachers into the school. How often do you see a high school that does that? I mean, you see, that's something you usually see, that's something colleges don't even do sometimes. It was unbelievable. But, yeah, that was always really nice. The Binghamton and Owego areas, those are always, really, nice scenic routes to drive by, if you, knew what you were looking for. So, yeah. I guess when I go back to Trinity-Pawling for my 5-year reunion, that's something I'm going to look forward to seeing. It has been a good while since I've driven there. Although, one staple that I knew we were close to Trinity-Pawling, going to it, was always, because the route I would take to Trinity-Pawling took us over this one giant bridge that goes over the Hudson River. It was unbelievable. like the view was gorgeous, which makes anyone who sees this area hope that I hope they're not is it acrophobic? Wherever the fear of heights is. But yeah, it was honestly this whole area like the northeast of this time of year is also like really beautiful if like it's not completely like if you ignore the blistering cold and the fact it really can snow a lot, it's pretty gorgeous. It is. So anyway, as we were coming home from Bennington, did we stop for dinner? Or not dinner or lunch? I forget if we did or not. Did we? No, we didn't. I mean, if we did stop for lunch, it would have been because in Owego there's actually a combination Kentucky Fried KFC A&W. So get yourself some crispy fried chicken and a root beer float. That was awesome. That's something I'm also going to have to look forward to eventually. I guess actually, as I recall, we do cross a few bridges, so I literally will cross that bridge when I get to it. Yeah. So, again, to any all Trinity-Pawling students who are potentially watching this, I hope you guys get home safe. If you're flying or driving, or maybe you're a day student that happens to live in the area of Pawling. I knew plenty of day students who were. In fact, several of them were good friends of mine. And teammates in wrestling, for that matter. Although, that was actually one thing that was funny. There was one wrestler I knew back in college, and if any of you alumni who were with me around that time were watching this, then you probably remember. There was one day it snowed so incredibly bad that the Pawling area school district got completely, they had a snow day. Or like a 2-hour delay or whatever, right? I mean, it doesn't really apply to Trinity-Pawling because we live there. But there was this one day student that literally took the snow day to heart, and so he skipped the entire day of school. I don't think he even came to wrestling practice that day. I miss that guy. I wonder what he's doing right now. I guess that's a mystery I'll have to search for later. Yeah. I gotta say, this week has been it's been up and down for me, but I think it's gonna start turning around soon enough. I mean, tonight I'm gonna try and go see Mary Poppins Returns, just because, pretty much like any child growing up, I love the original Mary Poppins. So, if I have time, I may see that tonight. Depending on what the score on Rotten Tomatoes is, I'm gonna see Welcome to Marwen. I want to see that movie, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, Rotten Tomatoes has an embargo on that. Basically, an embargo means that critic reviews don't come out until it legitimately comes out. So, take that information what you will. Anyway, that's about all I have for right now. So please like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I could really use support on YouTube. Follow me on the social media platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You know where I'm chilling at. As always, I'm very humbled that I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm hopeful that we all have a wonderful hump day. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. So take care. And again, all Trinity-Pawling students, have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a kick-ass Kwanzaa, and a Festivus for the rest of us. Take care.